I'm thankful for this opportunity which is given to me to talk to you about this topic. And that topic is a comparison between Surah Al Asr and Surah Al Teen. And mashallah, with a very good introduction by our brother Wajid. Uh, so you have known few things about me. The only thing which I wanted to comment upon it, that there is something called rihla fi ilm al-hadith, to travel to seek hadith or to seek the knowledge. So our muhaddithin, they used to travel a lot, the early muhaddithin. So I can say that I got a share of this type of traveling because our first traveling from Karachi to Jeddah, that was in a ship. And we took 7 days. That is in 1962. 7 days journey, wide from Karachi to Jeddah. And we also stopped at another country, which was the first country we stepped among the Arab countries. So I have to guess. Can you guess which country it could be before reaching Jeddah? Anybody can shout the name. We are going to Jeddah, to Red Sea. Yes. Uh, Egypt. I think I have to teach you geography as well. Huh? Yemen, Aden. So we landed at Aden as well, and that was the first country we stepped upon among the Arab countries, and then we came to Jeddah, and we took our ihram from the miqat of Yalamlam. Have you heard this name, Yalamlam? That is all those people who are coming from India and Pakistan. They have to do their ihram when they are very near to Yalamlam before Jeddah. So I can say that I got this tiny share of rihla fi ilm al-hadith. Alhamdulillah, as our brother has said, in our times there were very great scholars at that time, Sheikh Ibn Baz and Sheikh Muhammad Nasiruddin al-Albani, he was our teacher in hadith. Sheikh Muhammad al-Amin al-Shanqiti, the great Sheikh in tafsir. And even my father joined the university after me, 2 years after me. So 2 years after me as a teacher, I was a student at that time. So I took Mustalah from my father as well, Sheikh Suhaib Hasan, and the great Pakistani scholar Sheikh Muhammad Gundalvi, who is the father-in-law of Sheikh Hasan al-Zahir. He is our colleague in Medina. So he came there, but he did not stay for more than 1 year, Sheikh Muhammad Gundalvi, and there were so many others as well. Anyhow, because the time is short and I have to give you some explanation of these two surah. As you know that in Surah Al Asr, by the time, Innal insana lafi khusr. The man is in loss, the humanity is in loss, the mankind is in loss. And the way out is إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. There are 4 things which are mentioned to come out of this loss. But in Surah وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينِ لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Only 2 things are mentioned here. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونٍ فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِأَحْكَمِ الْحَاكِمِينَ. So here there is a good comparison between these 2 surah. In Surah Al Asr, by the time, Al Asr, the time which is passing very swiftly, that is Al Asr. Because the meaning of Al Asr is to squeeze. Inni arani asr khamra in Surah Yusuf. I see myself squeezing squeezing what? Squeezing the grapes. But eventually it will turn into liquor. So this is why he said, Inni arani asiru khamra. So by the time, which is, what is the time? Your age. Your age, your years in this life. Once you squeeze a lemon, yes, and then the juice comes out of it, can you put it back? MashaAllah. Can you put it back in the lemon? No, you can't. In the same way, the years which have passed from your life, you can't get them back at all. This is your asset. This is your asset. Use it, utilize it in something good, in learning good, in spreading good. This is the lesson of this surah, Surah Al Asr. Those people who don't utilize this, their existence, when they are here in this world, they don't utilize this time in something good, they are in loss. That is the lesson of Surah Al Asr. And if you want to come out of this loss, then you will have to acquire these four qualities. Innal insana lafi khusr. Now there are three words related to khusr. Khusr, kha, sin, ra. Then khasara. Khasara. Alif is added after sin. Khasara. And then the third word is khusran. Khusr 3 letters, khasara 4 letters, khusran 5 letters. In Arabic language, if there are more letters in a word, more meaning into it. That is the beauty of Arabic language. Khusr is generally in loss. Every person is in loss. That is khusr. When it comes khasara, if an increase in needed, then this word is used in the Quran. وَلَا يَزِيدُ الْكَافِرِينَ كُفْرُهُمْ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. Kuffar people, nothing is going to increase in their action except khasara, except more loss. In khusran, there is alif noon added to it. So it means this is more than khasara, more than. In ayah of Surah Al Hajj, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى حَرْفٍ فَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ خَيْرٌ اطْمَأَنَّ بِهِ وَإِنْ أَصَابَتْهُ فِتْنَةٌ انقلب على وجهه خسر الدنيا والآخرة ذلك هو الخسران المبين. So you see this khusran. First one is khusr, then khasara, and the person who is just worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the words. If he got something good, then he becomes happy. And if he got some trials, then he leaves Islam. And that is al-khusran al-mubin, that is the greatest khasara. So this is how these three words are related to each other. And what type of khasara is, what is the kind of this khasara? وقال الذين آمنوا إن الخاسرين الذين هم خسروا أنفسهم وأهليهم يوم القيامة. And the believers will say on the day of judgment, the real khasirin, the losers are those who have lost themselves and their families on the day of judgment. Every person got 2 seats in Al-Akhirah. One in Al-Jannah, one in the hellfire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted you to take your seat, to occupy your seat in Al-Jannah. But because of your bad actions, you lost that seat and you went to the hellfire. That is khasara. That is al-khusran al-mubin. This is the real khasara. So qasam, always remember that qasam in Al-Quran is a testimony, is a witness. Time is a witness that the man is in loss. And if he wants to come out of this loss, then he should have these 4 conditions. I have to be brief because of the time. In Surah Wat-Teen, the same subject is discussed in a different way. In Surah Al Asr, there is only one oath, Wal Asr, by the time. In Surah Wat-Teen, والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين Four. Four oaths. By the fig, by the olive, by Mount Tur of Sinai, by this secured city or the sacred city. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. Four oaths, and the statement is what? لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Indeed, we have created the man in the best structure, in the best complexion. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. Then we have turned him into the lowest of the low, lowest of the low. Safilin, and he is going lower and lower and lower until he goes to the bottom of the hellfire. That is Safilin. Except for those إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, except those people who got Iman and who got good actions. This point I will touch in the end, that why only two qualities are mentioned here, while in Surah Al Asr 4 qualities were mentioned. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. These 4 oaths remind us of this fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the man in the best form and then he turned him into the lowest of the low. All these 4 oaths. How? There is a summit, a highest place a man can acquire. That is the summit. And when he does any error, he commits any sin, then he declines. More sins, more declining. Until he ends up asfala safilin. And then if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him tawfiq to repent, tawbah, then he starts rising once again, exiting from that asfala safilin. It is just like the English letter V, just V. Just see the V, there is a summit, then declining, it is the bottom. From bottom he rises once again, comes to the summit once again. So remember this shape of V. This is the subject matter of this surah. How these 4 things are related to this subject. At-tin, wat-tin, by the fig. Let me say that we can understand these 4 things in different ways. But I am just concerned about the subject which I have touched upon, and that is how a man's rise is and how his decline is and how is his exit from that decline. So in that context, I would say that these 4 oaths means 4 places. So the first place, Watteen, by the fig, is the place Al-Jannah. And in this Al-Jannah, there is something which is related to Watteen, to the fig. That is the summit of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And you know the story of Sayyidina Adam. I don't want to go into more details. But how the enemy Iblis came to him, and then he started whispering to him, فَوَسْوَسَ إِلَيْهِ الشَّيْطَانُ قَالَ يَا آدَمُ هَلْ أَدُلُّكَ عَلَى شَجَرَةِ الْخُلْدِ وَمُلْكٍ لَا يَبْلَى. When Satan whispers to him, and he said to Adam, you see, the Satan does not come as an open enemy, no. He would come as an advisor. He would come as a Henry Kissinger. Huh? Good advice, very good advice. And it is all satanic advice. Adam, هل أدلك على شجرة الخلد وملك لا يبلى? Should I tell you about a tree of immortality? You are not going to die at all. وملك لا يبلى, and a kingdom which is not going to fade away. You will never ever be taken away from that kingdom. This is how he whispered to him. That is the tree. Eat from it. And Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, that was the error which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned. He was there, Hawa was there. فَأَكَلَا مِنْهَا فَبَدَتْ لَهُمَا سَوَاتُهُمَا. So they ate from it and then they found themselves naked. This is what happened after they have done this act. What is the name of the wives of Adam?
Hawa.
Hawa. In English?
Eve.
Eve. English people say the Eve is coming from evil. Yes. Ask them. Eve is coming from evil. So they say that Hawa or Eve is the source of the evil. But the Arabic word Hawa got no evil at all. No evil at all. That was something which happened to both of them. So they ate from that tree. They discovered that they are naked. Once they discovered they are naked, the first thing what they have started to do, فَطَفِقَا يَقْصِفَانِ عَلَيْهِمَا مِنْ وَرَقِ الْجَنَّةِ. They started covering themselves with the leaves of Al-Jannah. These are the leaves of fig. The fig got big leaves. So this is why, because this is mentioned in the Torah or in the Old Testament, that these leaves were the leaves of the fig. And then Allah said, وَعَصَىٰ آدَمُ رَبَّهُ فَغَوَىٰ. Adam disobeyed his Rabb, فَغَوَىٰ. So he was misled. You see, that is the summit. From that summit, now he is coming to declining. He did not stay in that decline, no. ثُمَّ اسْتَبَاهُ رَبُّهُ فَتَابَ عَلَيْهِ وَهَدَى. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen him and relented upon him, accepted his tawbah, wahada, and he guided him. So yes, Adam alayhi salam, he committed an error, but it was without any resolution. وَلَمْ نَجِدْ لَهُ عَزْمًا. There is no azm, no resolution in his action. So by Atin, we can see that the principle which we are saying here, that there is a summit and then there is a decline, and from decline with tawbah you can come out. With amal salih, with iman, amal salih, you can come out. This is what happened to Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And after that he was sent to this world. That was for a duty, for another duty, for a mission. He was not expelled from Al-Jannah because of that, which Torah says no. And here, when we say وَطَفِقَا يَخْصِفَانِ عَلَيْهِمَا مِنْ وَرَقِ الْجَنَّةِ, they started covering them, their nakedness. When they discovered that they got no clothes upon them, which shows the nature of the man. These people in the West, they say the nature of the man is that he is naked, so he should go naked on the shores. Half naked, semi-naked, and full naked. This is what they say. They say, oh, because this is the nature of the man. So we should follow our nature. And our message to them, Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, what was his nature? When he discovered that he got no clothes, he started covering himself, both of them. That is the nature of the man. So, the person who does tawbah, he comes out from that decline, from that asfala safili. And the one who does not do tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are the ayat of Surah Taha. In the very same surah, Surah Taha, it says, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى قَالَ رَبِّ لِمَا حَشَرْتَنِي أَعْمَى قَالَ رَبِّ لِمَا حَشَرْتَنِي أَعْمَى وَقَدْ كُنْتُ بَصِيرًا. The person who runs away from my remembrance, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي, we give him two punishments. فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. He got a narrow life. Narrow life, which means a person got millions, but she got no peace of mind at all. That is the narrow life. وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ عَامًا. The day of resurrection, we are going to resurrect him as a blind person. And then he would say, قَالَ رَبِّ لِمَا حَشَرْتَنِي عَامًا وَقَدْ كُنْتُ بَصِيرًا. Allah, I used to see with my eyes. Why you are resurrecting me as a blind person? قَالَ قَدْ أَتَتْكَ آيَاتُنَا فَنَسِيتَهَا وَكَذَلِكَ الْيَوْمَ تُنْسَى. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, this is how our ayat came to you. You turned the blind eyes towards them. So today, you forgot us, we are going to forget you. So that is the status of the person who does not do tawbah. Now this Watteen after his coming was Zaytun as well. But Atteen is something which is all good. The fruit itself. There are some ahadiths, though they are weak ahadiths, but they say they means that the Prophet ﷺ was given this hadiyah, the gift of the fig or teen, and then he accepted it, said to the people, eat from it. If there is a fruit of Jannah, this is the fruit of Jannah. In this fruit, there is no stone in it. In the dates, there is a stone. There is no stone into it. It is full of food, full of nourishment. It gives you a lot of strength in your nerves, in your body. It is a treatment for constipation. It is good for your liver. And so many other things which is found in Atteen. So Atteen is a sign of all goodness. After that is the Zaytun. So as we said that these are the four places here, a Zaytun, there is something called, or is a mountain called Mount of Olives, Jabal Zaytun. Where is that mount? Huh?
Palestine. Al-Aqsa.
No, Al-Aqsa. No, Mount of, near Al-Aqsa, this is Mount Zaytun or Mount Olive. Sayyidina Al-Masih alayhi salam used to go there and give his speeches, his khutbah to his disciples on Mount Olives. That is in Matthew, in Luke, in Mark. Go and you see some chapters. I can give you these numbers of the chapters as well. But anyhow, read Al Quran first. Read Al Quran first. I remember here what happened to me. Because when I visited Al Masjid Al Aqsa, so we went to the airport, Tel Aviv, me and my wife. And after we came out of the airport, we took the taxi. Our driver was an Arab driver. So I said, Bismillah. He said, we said something very good. And he was a jolly fellow. This Arab fellow. So all the way to Al Masjid Al Aqsa, we are talking in Arabic. He was an Arab. And I discovered that he was a Jew. He was not a Muslim. So when we are talking, I said to him that you are Arab, huh? Your language is Arabic. Did you read Quran? Don't you read Quran? It is in Arabic. He said, Mr. Hasan, you are saying about Quran? I did not read my own book, Tawrat. What do you say? So I said, what type of a Jew you are then? He said, remember, Jew is not by the book. Jew is by the land. Jew is by the land. This is why we are here, back here. It was their Sukkot day. Sukkot is one of their festivals where they don't work, just like Sabbath. They don't work. And we have found that they have blocked one street, and the man got no passage from that street because they have blocked it because of their festival. So our driver said that these people are very traditional people, so let us go the other way. And then he deviated, diverted, and he brought us to our hotel. Anyhow, that this is the Mount Olive. So what is the teaching of Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam? اعبدوا الله ربي ورب إن الله ربي وربكم فاعبدوه هذا صراط مستقيم. That is not only in Quran, even in the Bible you will find that he is inviting to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So his teaching was Tawheed. That is the summit. That is the summit. And after that, when Saint Paul converted the Christianity into Trinity, that is asfala safil. That is the shirk. وَمَنْ يُشْرِكْ بِاللَّهِ فَكَأَنَّمَا خَرَّ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَتَخْطَفُهُ الطَّيْرُ أَوْ تَهْوِي بِهِ الرِّيحُ فِي مَكَانٍ سَحِيقٍ. And the person who commits shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as if he has fallen from the sky, so the birds are going to snatch him, or the wind is going to blow him to a place far, far away. So we said about Zaytun that this is Mount Zaytun. Let us take Zaytun itself, the olive itself. When we were going to Al Masjid Al Aqsa, in the courtyards of Al Masjid Al Aqsa, in the land around it, I have seen many trees of olive trees. That might be the first time I can see any olive tree. So, with eagerness to see the olives, I plucked one olive from the tree and put it in my mouth. I said, oh, what a bitter fruit it is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning it in the Qur'an, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ. And it is very bitter. I did not understand what happened. So when we came back to Sheikh Mufti, at that time Mufti Ikrima Sabri, he is still alive. I came to his office, I said to him that why Zaitun is so bitter. He told me that you don't eat the ripe olives from the tree. No, you can't eat it like this. This olive is going to be treated, and this treatment is called Islah. Amal Salih. So this olive goes through a treatment with water, with vinegar, with salt, and sugar. So with 4 things it is treated, and then it becomes good for human consumption. Now here comes this lesson. That Zaitun itself, when it goes through this Islah, this treatment, it becomes good. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving this lesson. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. If a person has gone into this decline, he can come out from that decline with Islah. And how this Islah is going to be done? With Iman and good actions. Al-Iman wal-Amal al-Salih. And there is a difference between the fig and olive. That fig is all very sweet and very good. And Zaytun, it got bitterness, but it shows us the way that how this bitterness can be removed by Islah, by treatment. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned Zaytun, the tree of Zaytun in the Quran. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard, masalu nurihi kamishkatin fiha misbah, al-misbahu fi zujaja, az-zujajatu ka'annaha kawkabun durriyun yuqadu min shajaratin mubarakah, zaytunatin la sharqiyyatin wa la gharbiyya, yakadu zaytuha yudhi'u walau lam tamsashu nar, nurun ala nur, yahdillahu linurihi man yasha, wa yadribu Allahu al-amthala lin-nasi wallahu bikulli shay'in alim. So this shajaratun mubarakah, this Zaytun is Shajaratul Mubarakah. It is a tree of barakah. This is why this is Sahih Hadith in Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah, one narrated by Sayyidina Abu Huraira, the other narrated by Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar, that Kulu az-zaytun wa bihi. Eat zaytun, and also you can massage it on your body, on your hairs with it. And it is also known that if a person is very, very much tired, fatigued with a long journey, all his body is aching, the best treatment is take this zaytun oil, olive oil, and do a massage of your whole body. And inshallah you would be fresh within hours. So we can say that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has combined between at-teen was zaytun to show that teen is purely sweet and good, and zaytun will give you another picture that something which is bitter can be treated with a certain way to be used. Now here there is one question, that from wat-teen we got the story of Adam. From az-zaytun we got the story of Isa alayhi salam. And then is coming Watur Sinin, Mount Tur, Mount in Sinai, that is Musa alayhi salam. And then is coming Wahad al-Balad al-Amin, our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the order should be like Adam, and then Musa, and then Isa, and then Muhammad. So why Adam and Isa are mentioned together? Inna masala Isa indallahi kamasali Adam khalaqahu min turabin thumma qala lahu kun fayakun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned Adam and Isa together because there is similarity between the two. Adam alayhi salam got no father, no mother. Isa alayhi salam got no father. So there is similarity there. So because there are only few minutes left, so I have to now go fast. In our times in London, in our times in England, 20, 30 years ago, there used to be intercity, very fast train. So I always remember that train because there are no more fast trains left in this country. Japan has taken them. So Mount Sinai, Musa alayhi salam was invited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He was on the summit receiving orders from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 10 commandments where he was given on the summit. That was on the summit. And at the bottom in the valley, this person who is known as Samiri, what he was doing? Making a calf, a golden calf. After making a golden calf, why did he make that golden calf? Because Musa alayhi salam said, I am going for 30 days. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him, stay for 40 days. Actually, the story is that Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, when he was invited to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come, so he was so anxious to talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He came early to the appointments, 10 days early to the appointments. So this is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala added 10 days to actual appointment of 30 days. What is the lesson here? Always keep your appointment. Not be early or not be late, not too late. So Samiri said to the people, Musa is gone. He gone for 30 days. He is not coming back. So I am going to create a god for you. And this is how he created this golden calf. And he said, Hada ilahukum wa ilahu Musa wa nasi. He said, this is your God. What God you are waiting for? This is your God. That was the shirk which was committed by Samiri and so many people who followed him. So you can see the summit and you can see Asfala Safili. And how these people have come out of this Asfala Safili? How? وَإِذْ قَالَ مُوسَى لِقَوْمِهِ يَا قَوْمِ إِنَّكُمْ ظَلَمْتُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ بِاتِّخَاذِكُمُ الْعِجْلَ فَتُوبُوا إِلَى بَارِئِكُمْ بعدين فَاقْتُلُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ عِنْدَ بَارِئِكُمْ فَتَابَ عَلَيْكُمْ إِنَّهُ هُوَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ. They have to, their tawbah was to kill those people who commit shirk, they are going to be killed. That was their tawbah. Thank God Allah SWT did not say to you, kill yourself. Just do tawbah, sincere tawbah. Come out of the shirk and Allah is going to accept. So this lesson is understood here. And the last thing is, وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. هَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ, that is Makkah. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ, that is Makkah. What is the summit? إِنَّ أَوَّلَ بَيْتٍ وُضِيَ لِلنَّاسِ لَلَّذِي بِبَكَّةَ مباركا وهدى للعالمين فيه آيات بينات مقام إبراهيم ومن دخله كان آمنا ولله على الناس حج البيت من استطاع إليه سبيلا ومن كفر فإن الله غني عن العالمين. That is the summit. وإذ بوأنا لإبراهيم مكان البيت ألا تشرك بي شيئا وطهر بيتي للطائفين والقائمين والركع السجود. That is the summit. Tawheed, Tawheed. This house was built for Tawheed. And by the passage of time between Sayyidina Ibrahim and Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, 2,000 years. Within these 2,000 years, the people of Arabia turned this place into the place of idols. 360 idols. Shirk is committed there. That is Asfala Safilin. That is the Asfala Safilin. Lowest of the low. Lowest of the low. And how our Prophet ﷺ brought people out with this إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ تَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, until he conquered Makkah. And then he came to Al-Kaaba, where inside, outside there were 360 idols, and he was smashing them, and he was saying, قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَزَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. And this is how they came back from this Asfala Safilin to the summit once again. So this is what we wanted to say about the comparison between these two surah. And the last thing which I said I am going to point out to you, why these two actions only in Surah Wat-Teen, Al-Iman wal-Amal al-Salih. In Surah Al Asr, there are 4 things. So in this connection, we can say that here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about Al-Jannah. In Jannah, there are many stages, darajat. That is the ayah of Surah Al Asr. Undur kayfa faddalna ba'dahum ala ba'din walal-akhiratu akbaru darajatin akbaru tafdila. So in Al-Akhirah, there are darajat. There are stages. Some stages higher than the other, higher than the other. These are the stages in Al-Akhirah. Now, so Surah Wat-Teen is telling us that those people who are successful, who have come out of that Asfala Safilin, they are successful, they are in Jannah. There is a hope here for all of us, for all of us. There are those people who are in the highest part of Al-Jannah, those who got all 4 qualities. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And there are those people who were not able to have all these 4 qualities, as mentioned in Surah Wat-Teen, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. They have their place in Al-Jannah as well, but in a different place in Al-Jannah. This is just like a big city like London. Some people, they are all in London, they are all enjoying what is in London, the peace or security, whatever is there, they are enjoying it. But some people, they live in the very posh areas, very rich areas, and some others in middle areas, and some others in you can say third quarter, but they are all in the same place in same city. So in Al-Jannah, there are so many ranks, higher ranks, middle ranks, lower ranks, but they are all in Al-Jannah, and they are for all. This is why the end of this ayah, فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرٌ مَمْنُونَ. They got a reward which is not going to cut off. So this is how we can do this, make this comparison in these two surah. I could have said a lot, but as you know that there is a haqq of other speaker as well. If I keep on speaking, I am going to exceed the right of the other person who is coming to speak after me. So this is why I have to take your leave now, and always remember me in your dua. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as long as He gives me life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make me with sound health. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم